everyone, it's Jen again. I thought I would just update you guys on what I've been working on this past week. It's pretty hot and humid out there, to be honest. It's a little bit miserable, so I'm gonna try to keep this this video short. But yeah, I've started working on implementing the ultimate morale skills that unlock when you reach the currently max bond of level 6 with one of the love interest characters.
Skill trigger.
Stay behind my shield.
I've kind of purposely set up this team so that I would be at an enemy disadvantage, just to make sure that Jeff wouldn't blow them out of the gate in the beginning with his execution skill. I'm pretty late game right now where a lot of my bond levels are really high, so it's not that hard for me to overcome like a neutral or having an advantage position over the enemy to like blow them up in the first couple rounds. I think that these morale skills are going to become more useful when you're in this type of situation where you're more at a disadvantage. And some of the more defensive characters like Michaelis, who can just kind of help you mitigate damage while you're waiting for your morale points to like come back up.
Skill trigger.
Hold steady.
So the ultimate morale skills can only be used once per battle. So I'm gonna have to now try to hope that I get a high enough boost to overcome my 9-point disadvantage. And then hope that his skill trigger will also help me finish this off.
Double bonus. Skill trigger.
While Michaelis's defensive skill like keeps me alive. And that's pretty much how it worked out.
For a sweet release.
Whoa, lucky. Let's roll.
You dare face me.
Double bonus.
During this next update of the next chapter of the story, you will have the Queen Nieta as a deployable character.
Surrender.
Her ability Volatility has a 10% chance to crit to double her dice value. Otherwise, it rolls her max dice value plus her bond, which doesn't sound that overpowered compared to some of the other skill triggers out there, but it is a high trigger rate. It's kind of like a consistent like DPS boost, but also kind of has the disadvantage of making her kind of a selfish character where she's not going to be rolling like doubles or triples with anyone.
Let's roll.
Remember to employ my strategies when
Bailiff's skill is really good late game against high level enemies when your element and faction bonuses have like very high multipliers. When it's just a level 1 encounter like this, it's just kind of like a little boost. Not terribly much, because it basically increases your element or your faction, or possibly your element and faction. It will not trigger at all if you are at a negative element or faction bonus though. So yeah, that's one thing about using him, is that you really want to make sure your power composition is good.
Whoa, lucky.
that went even better than I expected.
So this week we had added in all of the conversations for kind of like getting the player up to date with everything story-wise going on, with like the preparation for the war, with all 7 of these like kind of war briefs in the morning conversations. We have these conversations with Dieta in the tower. So one of the things that I decided to implement to lessen the amount of like loyalty farming or loyalty grind required in this game is to add another sort of like passive boost that you can get doing your like sort of daily tasks. So in addition to having like your relax option where you can gain +1 loyalty with any random unit, So in this case, it was Fire Knight. You got +1 loyalty. You have your Groom option, which can give you +1 loyalty with one of the elites. So in this case, it's Lovely. I believe Lovely is Dieta, but I'm actually not 100% sure right now. It's either Dieta or Mieta that you're getting that +1 loyalty with. And now you have this option of Meditate. So when you go to the tower for the first visit, Dieta will tell the player how she's not going to be able to see them as much anymore, and so she gives them a meditation book, and this allows you to kind of choose who you want to build loyalty with. So it's going to give you a +1 to all of either your air units, earth units, fire units, water units, rogues, priests, knights, or mages. It'll give you a +1 to all of the characters that you have that are deployable across the board, whether they're common units or elites. Once you select it, so like if I wanted to focus on Dieta because I can't deploy her right now, it's going to give a little description of like what the traits are for the priest class, and then you're going to have the option, like if you had more than one elite priest, it would give you the choice as to who you want to think about. But since the only elite priest you know is Dieta, you're automatically going to gain extra loyalty with her. And that additional bonus can be anywhere from 1 to 3. So it's possible to get, the minimum would be like +2 additional loyalty that you get to that elite unit of your choice, and then you can get up to +4 loyalty. So over the course of 7 days, that's a pretty significant boost, considering that the loyalty requirements have been lowered in this version of the game. So you could either spend those meditation opportunities either working on just like getting one character boosted. The final loyalty requirement to get the love interest, like romance ending, is 75. So you could invest all of those points like kind of in like one character that you're building, or if you wanted to unlock all the bond level 4 conversations but you didn't want to sort of, I guess, farm loyalty, especially with the characters like Mieta and when you get Bailiff, who only join you for this kind of late part of the game. If you wanted to unlock their level 4 up to their level 4 conversations without having to farm anything on the the practice grounds, then you could invest your meditation points in that. So it's kind of giving the choice to the player, like, do I want to spend any time doing the loyalty farming to unlock all the stories in one playthrough, or as many stories as I can in one playthrough, or do I want to just focus on the one romance interest to unlock them without having to do any additional loyalty farming? And then, you know, maybe if you were curious about somebody else's story, maybe I'll just like invest all my meditation points on them on a different on a different playthrough. So I kind of been adding that into the game so that the player would not have to do any additional loyalty farming if they did not want to. I'm trying to make that like an option in the game to just like help the player so that they're not so stressed out about picking favorable answers, because like in some games you're going to be locked into like whether or not you have enough affection from that character is if you've been like answering all the questions that they want. You do get additional loyalty boosts in this game for answering questions the way that are favorable to that those particular characters, but it kind of takes the pressure off the player to be like, okay, I'm not going to have to sit here and like second guess every single one of my answers because I might get locked out of an ending. Like, you can always just farm extra battles should you like not want to worry about like how you're answering questions, or if you do want to spend less time farming battles, then you can focus more on like answering questions. Or now you also have the meditation tool, so this only does unlock during this portion where you have access to the tower, so during this kind of like pre-war preparation stage of the game. And that is all I've been working on. It's just been a lot of writing. I think right now I am up to like 76,545 words. I believe that before I started this portion of this kind of chapter of the story, I was at something like maybe like 46,000. So that's an extra 20,000 words that I've been working on, and I still have more to go because I still have to finish fleshing out Deada and Michaelis's bond conversations. I think those are the last two things that I have to really work on, and then this chapter should be ready. I've been trying to do playtesting as I go along, and I've been finding a lot of just dumb little spelling errors, little asset errors where I like wrote the wrong, I had like a typo in the asset or something. So I don't know if it's just been a rough week and I'm just really tired or loopy. It might be a little both, because to be honest, my sleep has been pretty terrible, and like this type of hot and muggy weather just like gets to me. I can't wait till the summer's over. I love the fall and winter so much better, but that's just me. Hope you guys are having a good week and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, don't forget to enjoy the process. Okay. Take care. Bye.